welcome Behind the Badge. I'm Chief Alan Rodville of the Scottsdale Police Department. With me is Chris Vassal, our community liaison. Hi Chris, how you doing?
Good, Chief, and you?
All right, so I'm doing
Another
great.
month.
Another month here. It is already February.
I know.
Making Christmas plans.
I know, it seems like it, huh?
It goes by pretty fast. And we had a great season thus far.
Yep.
So great January and
beautiful weather.
Oh my goodness.
Been so lucky. People are coming from all over the country. I won't blame them. It's absolutely gorgeous here.
Yeah. So it's really great to be in our season and of course host so many people from out of town. And I know sometimes people get concerned about traffic increases and what have you, but quite frankly it's exciting.
It is really exciting. And I'm just going to say something really quick. On Sunday we went down to a restaurant on the lakefront there, or the waterfront.
Yep.
I'd never been there before.
The waterfront?
I work in the city. I've never done that, and they had all the really cool art stuff there, and I thought, this is really nice.
Oh yeah.
That was like, and I live in the city, I work for the city, so if you have a chance to check that out, it's really great.
Yeah, you really do need to get out and see
I
things.
do. I guess I do.
Not just you, but sometimes people who live here don't take advantage.
It was wonderful. We
Yeah.
ate outside. It was beautiful, and I just hope everybody takes a chance to go look at it.
Great. Now we have Citizens Academy starting next month.
March 4th.
And so we still have some openings.
A few.
So folks that are interested, it's free. People that are interested should go online and sign up and get an inside look at the police department, all of the various aspects of the police department.
Absolutely.
Opportunity to ask some questions that they want to get answered and do ride-alongs and be exposed to the organization.
Right, and yeah, just give me a call if you need to. If you can't find it, just 312-1922, and I'll get you what you need to get the application.
Sounds great. So we're going to have a little different program today.
We do, and we have so much to talk about.
We're showcasing a group of our employees that we don't usually get a chance to showcase.
Right.
They're our police lieutenants, and they work at our district stations. And so typically we've had our district commanders on, but we haven't necessarily heard from the guys that are behind the scenes. They're working all over the clock, quite frankly.
Right.
I think the representatives today work day work, and they work mid-shift, and they work midnights as well. So
we're happy to have them, and like I said, we've had commanders, we've had sergeants, we've had personnel, and professional personnel, civilian personnel, but we've never really had the lieutenants, so I was excited that they're here today.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about the district stations and how they're set up and where they're located and get to know a couple of our employees that we haven't got a chance to meet before.
Right, because I think what you learn in Citizens Academy too is where the districts are and things like that. And so if you don't attend that, we wanted to make sure you know where our districts are and what services they offer. So we thought we'd give the lieutenants a chance to talk about each district.
Okay, so as not to confuse me, we're going to go in numerical order?
We are.
Okay, go
We're
ahead and
gonna
get started.
At District 1.
Go ahead.
So for representing District 1, which is the furthest south district over at it's about McKellips and Miller. We have Lieutenant Wasson is here, and he's representing District 1. In District 2, we have Lieutenant Slavin, and District 2 is the Civic Center station, which is right by the ball field, or by the public library and the City Hall. So Lieutenant Slavin. For District 3, we have the Via Linda station, which is at 90th and Via Linda, and we have Lieutenant Anderson. And for District 4, the one that's way up north, it's off of Thompson Peak and Pima, we have Lieutenant Marmee.
Wonderful. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Yes, and that's it. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks, guys, for being here. I guess we'll start with District 1. Jimmy, welcome. I know it's the first time on the program. So tell us a little bit about your district station that you represent. We gave a brief idea where it's located, but the boundaries of the district station and the issues that you're seeing there.
District 1 is the newest district that was added. It opened in 2009. It's located at 7601 McKellips. We're basically Miller and McKellips on the southeast corner. We house the patrol district that where the District 1 patrol offices work out, but we also have attached to our building is the crime lab, property and evidence, and in addition we have our vehicle crimes reconstruction unit also is housed in our building, as well as our traffic units.
It really is a pretty big complex.
It is a big complex.
It's a beautiful building.
There's a lot going on all the time.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your background.
I've been with the city for 26 years, all of that with the police department, and I've been a lieutenant now for 8 years, and majority of my career has been on patrol with a few, 2 special assignments, but I work Tuesday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 2 o'clock a.m.
Okay, thank you, thanks. Rich, tell us a little bit about your district.
District 2 would be the oldest district building in the city. It's attached to the court complex, and housed in our district is also the jail, the city jail, the bike unit, the heat unit, our patrol-based surveillance team, and it's always busy with activity, whether it be court activity or certainly every officer in the city, when they make an arrest, ends up at District 2 to take their suspect and book them into the jail there.
You know, if you don't have a reason to go down there, go to court or actually pick somebody up at jail or any other reason, it's sort of off the beaten trail because it's sort of at the end of 75th, but it's right there by the ball field if you come in that backside to the ball field.
And it is a dead-end street. So.
Yeah. So people may not even really know it's there unless they have a reason to go there.
Right.
But certainly you're open to the public if they want to come in, inquiries or ask questions. They just may not know it's there.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your background, sir.
I've been with the police department for a little more than 15 years. I've been a lieutenant for about 2.5 years. And a large part of my career was spent in the special investigations section, involved with the tactical team and the missions that take place back there.
And the hours you work?
I work midnights.
Midnight.
Yeah, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Which probably, in what days of the week are you there?
I work Friday through Monday night.
Right. And the reason I wanted to ask that question is because you're the guy that basically is out there when the entertainment district is at full swing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually on weekend nights we'll get anywhere between 10 and 15,000 visitors into the downtown district in the entertainment sector, and it definitely keeps us busy. But our police officers are having a good time. They get an opportunity to really represent the city and the police department because we get visitors from all over the country and all over the world, really.
And it can be very challenging, and I just want to say thank you for your leadership because, quite frankly, we're seeing, we're making a very, very safe environment with a large number of people that are down there having a good time into the wee hours of the night. So, thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
Lieutenant Anderson, Mike, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Welcome. Tell us a little bit about your district.
Well, District 3 is the second oldest district. It is at 9065 East Via Linda, just off the 101 to the east. We house the Investigative Services Bureau, mostly property crimes, computer crimes. We also house our dispatch center that takes care of the entire city. And our patrol equipment supply is downstairs with us, in addition to the patrol response. Our boundaries are McDonald to the south, and we go to Cactus to the north, and then Salt River to the east, and Phoenix to the west. I'm been with the city for 28.5 years. I've had a couple of special assignments, including bikes, the narcotics unit, and then my favorite time was working with Chris in community affairs, doing very proactive crime prevention and education, which was kind of my niche, what I really enjoy doing. And it's helped me quite a bit now as a lieutenant in the challenges to the district, which are mostly property crime based.
Did you mention PIO?
Yeah.
I was also the spokesman for the department
Right.
for a period of time as well, yes.
Thank you. In case people recognize you, go, where do we know him from?
Yeah,
Huh?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I've
He
been a
likes to
lieutenant
sing.
now for 15 years, and I was promoted just after being a sergeant, public information officer.
Thank you. Thanks for being our guest.
Thanks for making me 15 years older.
An unintended consequence.
Thank you.
She started when she was 10.
I was 10.
Yeah. My nose growing. Larry, tell us a little about yourself, sir. And tell us about your district first. I'm sorry.
Sure. I work in District 4, which is also known as the Foothills District. We're at about 20,000 North Pima Road, and our district serves the largest geographic area of the city. We're strictly patrol-based. We just have patrol officers out of our district, and we have some kind of unique features in our district. Would be the preserve that we police. The thousands of acres of the preserve, as well as the airport. Is in our district, and some of the special events, the Barrett-Jackson auto auction and the Waste Management Open. So the officers stay very busy.
I would expect so. And you just say it's the largest. I think at one point, I guess it's larger than the rest of the districts combined.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. We start at Cactus Road and go north to the city limits to Cave Creek, west to Phoenix, and east, through the preserve.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit about yourself, sir.
Yeah, this is my 20th year at the police department with the city. I'm the newest lieutenant. About 5 or 6 months ago I got promoted, so I've had a few special assignments as well. I've been on the SWAT team. I served as the basic training sergeant for the statewide training academy, and so that's a little bit about me.
And you were in IA too, right?
I was in internal affairs. Yeah.
That's when we picked up there.
That's
IA
right.
part.
Did you mention SROs?
Yeah, I was also the SRO. The SRO,
Which
so the
school
most
resource
recent,
officer.
yes.
Sometimes
Yeah,
we use
we've had
code
them on
here,
TV.
and we've
Yeah.
had you guys on television in
had-
the past, and what a great partnership we have with the school system and
Absolutely.
our SRO program. So thank you for that. Thanks, guys. So you've got services that the district station offers, such as crime prevention services. So if you could just talk briefly about that, who that person is in your various district stations, and how, if someone wanted to get a hold of them, they could get a hold of them. Jim?
We do. We do a very large neighborhood watch. We work in one of the things that I feel very fortunate to have is we work at the Paiute Neighborhood Center, and we have one of the largest partnerships with them as far as neighborhood watch. We do a tremendous amount of work with them. We also work with the apartment complexes. We have the
Crime prevention.
crime.
through
Thank you very much.
through
The crime
environmental
prevention, and we
design.
do the multi-housing. We especially with the new apartment complexes that are being built, specifically at 7500 McDowell, that's going to house a lot of people. So that'll within itself present more challenges as we move along. And also the Sky Song behind that apartment complex is now fully occupied. So we do the crime for multi-housing, and so we're very busy. We're very proactive with a complex. The more dense housing comes more crime, petty crime, such as auto thefts, or people trying to work with the public to help them not become victims of just crimes, and make sure their cars are locked. So we do a lot of crime prevention, a lot of
But most of your district
partnerships.
is residential, correct? I mean, there's
Yes.
not a lot of businesses. There are businesses up on McDowell corridor, but up a Scottsdale Road, but
Yes.
the
We have a
majority
lot
of
of
your
the brick
district
and
is
mortar
residential.
single-family homes that have been there mostly the longest in the city, as far as I know. And as the city has grown north, the south end has been
The
kind
more
of steadfast, and so.
So as we talk about issues that we think maybe they're national issues, it's just the nature of the beast. We oftentimes do things here in Scottsdale because we know ahead of time. I mean, these neighborhoods are all throughout the entire city. We're seeing new neighborhoods sprout up that we know. Just the nature is when you have so many people living together, issues can arise, but we get in front of those issues. And so many of the services that you guys represent, district stations, is getting those services in those communities as they open up, and so people start to know that, hey, these are the things you don't have to tolerate. Give us a call. We'll respond. We're in partnership.
Very proactive.
And very, very proactive.
Absolutely.
So we get ahead of it. And that's one of the reasons we have such a low crime rate here in Scottsdale, is because we don't wait for things to occur before we take action. We're in front of it. And we know way in advance these neighborhoods are being built. And that's one of the beauties of our crime prevention specialists. So those services are available. They just need to contact the district station.
Or Sherry Cross specifically
Sherry
works
Cross.
for District 1, and she maintains a lot of information, has a lot of crime statistics, and has all that information available upon
And is
request.
Travis Kirby now the
Yes.
new crime prevention officer over there? So Sherry is the police aid crime prevention
Yes.
person, and Travis is the officer. So if
That is
they
correct.
need help, and the station is open 8 to 5 as well.
That's correct.
Okay, and I think every station does not have a drug box in it, so people can dispose of their drugs. Isn't that
Right, District 1 does, I know. District 2 does not.
okay?
3 does.
3 does.
In the lobby.
District 4 does in the lobby.
In the lobby, okay.
So to explain what that is that is where citizens that may have prescription drugs that they want to get rid of, and you shouldn't just put them in the toilet and flush them into a water system or throw them out in the garbage. You can bring them into the district stations and just put them right into the disposal,
kinda like
and
a
they'll be disposed of
mailbox.
properly.
And we took some video of it, so we'll
Oh,
show
good,
you.
okay.
Yeah, and so it'll show you where, and just put. But they don't take any creams or anything liquid. I think they can't do anything liquid. But you take off your prescription name and all that other stuff. Don't leave your pertinent information on the pills, and just put them in there, and then they'll just be disposed of correctly.
Great. And maybe we can put the names up of the folks that contact the various district stations. in
Yeah,
the
we
program.
could do that, absolutely.
Rich, who do you have in District 2?
We're lucky enough we just hired Eric Bowles as our crime prevention officer in District 2. Just has a lot of great experience. He's a very personable person as well, and we rely on relationships as you were describing earlier, Chief. So Eric is a great guy to get out there and work with our community partners to get ahead of the problems as you're describing.
And because you're as opposed to Jim's district, which is primarily residential, lots of business too, but primarily residential, you're primarily business with some high-rise residential, which is different issues entirely. So if people want some crime prevention tips for their businesses, you offer that as well.
We do, and Eric would be the one that would go out and meet with the business and look at from a environmental design perspective, or certainly just business practices and security practices. He can advise and give them good ideas and plans on how to secure their businesses and keep them from crime.
Because you have the Old Town Scottsdale and all the tourist stuff events that go on around there as well, including the waterfront that I just saw.
Yes.
So
yeah,
he can give that's great that the crime prevention officers can also go to businesses and talk about lighting issues. They also do stuff with businesses as far as crime prevention for their employees, employee safety within the business, how to help them make sure that they're not victims of crimes, because I used to do that a long time ago. But that service is also available.
Yes, in fact, in the entertainment district, over about the last year, we've implemented the public safety ordinance, and our crime prevention officers work with security team members from all the various nightclubs and provide them training on de-escalation techniques, and we've really developed a lot of partnerships there. We're working together to keep it safe and secure in the downtown district.
So Mike, your district, I guess, is almost a balance of both business and residential neighborhoods and community neighborhoods. What kind of help do you have to offer as well?
Yeah, primarily residential. We've got a couple of great employees that have a lot of tenure in the district, and that's Corey Sneed is our crime prevention officer. He's been in District 3 for probably 12 years. And then our newest member is Scott Curtis. He's our police aide. Crime prevention guy, and he comes up with some great statistics. And I wanted to mention that how technology has really assisted us in the reporting aspects. It immediately is available. So if something gets stolen yesterday, it can immediately get put in to the database, and that information is available to us, so we can have an accurate picture of what's taking place in our specific districts, and we can address those through either traditional or non-traditional methods. But we don't have the call-to-call frequency of calls, so we have the ability to focus on those kinds of things and work on the prevention aspect instead of just being reactive to responding to victims. We can actually go out there, look at the crime information, see where these things are happening, formulate a plan, and try and prevent them from happening in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I have not seen a lot of new construction occurring in the District 3 corridor, 3 corridor, as much as the other districts. So you're probably one of the most stable parts of the city in terms of communities being pretty much well-defined and
we are. And that allows us to focus on the partnerships with the residents. We really enjoy doing the GAIN events, getting Arizona involved in neighborhoods, and the education aspect. Again, what I gleaned with Chris, I really enjoy educating the public, and most of the crimes that occur in our district are crimes of opportunity. And this technology also being Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all this kind of stuff, is the residents have a way of finding this information out instead of us taking the time to go out and do community presentations, which we also enjoy doing. The residents have a way of getting that information as well and becoming educated on their own.
Mm-hmm. And District 4 is starting to see a little bit of new construction.
It is.
In a number of the areas, certainly along the Scottsdale Road corridor between the 101 and Pinnacle Peak and South. So you're starting to see a little bit more construction there. One side of the street is us, but one side of the street is the city of Phoenix. So there's some, not issues, but certainly there's some need for partnershiping and sharing information between the two districts. How is that going?
It's going really good, Chief. Jason Glenn is the officer that does our crime prevention for the Foothills District, and he does a fabulous job getting out in the community and in creating those partnerships and enhancing the ones that we already have. To the extent that anytime pretty much a new business opens in our district, Jason will go reach out to the owners or management of that business and let them know what kind of services that we provide and make sure they have our contact information so we can help them in any way that we can. He does things such as a couple of months ago there was a valley-wide trend. Taco Bells were getting robbed late at night. So Jason saw this trend. He took it upon himself to go out to every Taco Bell in our district and proactively reach out and contact them and make sure that they knew about this trend, that they were aware of it, times that it was occurring, things they can do to keep themselves safe, and again, making sure they had our contact information to report anything suspicious. So he does a great job of outreaching with our community, business, and the residents as well.
We talked about this before, but so much. What's so important is that the community feels comfortable calling us. And we talk about the permission to call 911 because some citizens feel as I don't want to bother you. And we talk about this all the time. You're not bothering us. We'd much rather you call us if you see something that doesn't look quite right, for us to come out and look at it and make sure it's okay, as opposed to not calling us and something goes terribly wrong and we're responding to clean that up. We'd much rather be there ahead of time. And so that's part of that availability of the crime prevention officers. You gentlemen, people we represent in terms of the street officers, our PAs, our police assistants, our police aides, are all part of that. We're available. Talk to us, let us know what's going on. That knowledge will help us keep your community safe, and so that's a big part of what you all do, and thank you for that.
And we reach out to our viewership too. I mean, if there's something that you are aware of that you want us to know, let us know. I mean, we want that information. So it's not always just us reaching out to you. We, welcome anything that you have, or some trends you're seeing, or something that you know of, or a new business. If you're a new business, contact one of the crime prevention officers in that district so we can partner and set you up. I also know that most all of your crime prevention officers do a newsletter, correct?
They do.
And they send that out to the community. So if you as a viewer are in this particular community, please reach out to the crime prevention officers and get yourself on the list, because they do send that out.
And it's an email list. So, and if you don't have email, I think you guys print a few copies up at the stations for folks that don't have that system. So if you're not on a computer and don't have that, you can do that. So how do I get on that list? Where do I sign up? Who do I have to?
They would call the crime prevention officers for each district to let them know that they want to be on the new mailing list for that particular area that they live in.
Okay.
And then they would get a monthly newsletter which talks about crime trends, talks about what's happening in the city. It's a great newsletter, and each district has their different flair, so it just depends on what's in each district. So if you're interested in that, please, if you don't know, just get a hold of me and I'll make sure I get you to the right person.
Good. Thank you. And one other thing we do is we do ride-alongs. I mean, citizens can get into a police car and ride around, preferably their own neighborhoods, because we like to show them their own neighborhoods and things that are going on there, and develop a relationship between a beat officer and the community. But we do offer ride-alongs, and so I know people that are interested in that can also contact the crime prevention officer.
For the ride-alongs, they'll have to contact our office,
okay,
the chief's office, and we will set it up. Just know during Citizens Academy, because that's what you get to do, and you're pre-designed to do that. During that time, we don't do many ride-alongs because we have 30 people in the Citizens Academy. So between March and May and September and November, they're not as available because we don't want to overburden our officers with people sitting in their cars all the time.
Okay.
But just give us a call. There's paperwork that you need to fill out and some forms that need to be done. But
great. Thanks. So guys, what kinds of things do we want to tell our viewers, I'll just open up to all four of you, that they should be aware of or alerted to? What's going on out there?
I think just reduce the opportunity for the thieves that are looking for an easy opportunity. Open garage doors, unlock vehicles, leaving purses, laptops, cell phones in plain view. Just harden the target, make it more difficult. These are normally crimes of opportunity where if somebody's looking to take advantage of someone, if they see a car that's locked and there's nothing inside, they're going to move on. So that's where the education is so important, that don't leave purses and briefcases and things, don't leave keys in the cars. We'll actually have our officers on patrol. If they are in the middle of the night and see a garage door, we'll actually make contact with a resident and remind them that their garage door is open because of golf clubs and bikes and these things that are really easy to take. We want them to harden their target.
Interesting statistic I heard one time, that if we could get half the people leave their garage door open to close their garage door, we would cut crime by 1/3. So 60-some% of our burglaries are actually just open garage doors, and
Unforced.
so we're a very, very safe community, and we feel safe. We just need to keep it so that just close the garage door. Something as simple as that, lock a door. Put your stuff in your trunk when you go to the store instead of leaving it out on the, as you say, in plain view. So that's a really great advice. We live in an incredibly safe community, and sometimes we just get kind of like relaxed about it, and we just need to tighten up. Thank you, Lieutenant, for that.
Sure.
Anything else we should tell our
Chief, you
viewing
touched on this earlier. I can tell you from working the road that if you see something, call us. You are the citizens truly are the eyes of what initiates so many successful investigations. And many times we'll go on a call for service and we'll talk to a witness who will eventually say, well, I saw something last night and I didn't think it was worthy of a 911 call, and when it most certainly was. So that's a great point, that if you see something, give us a call and we'll come out and take a look. That's what we're here for.
Call us. You're not going to
Call
bother
us,
us.
right.
We're there. We're working. Call us. We don't give us a false call. I mean, if you knowingly just want to see how fast it takes for us to get there, and we've had people have done that and made news, did some stupid stunt and said, let's see how fast the police can get here or the fire department can get here. That's wrong, and we do look down upon people that play those games. But for the most part, people that really believe that this just doesn't seem right, we love it when they call us and we say, hey, it's okay, your neighbor really was moving. It's not, they didn't bother telling you, but they really are leaving town. It's important, so thank you for that.
And building relationships, and we've had many shows before where our guests, like crime prevention officers, our commanders, building relationships with your neighbors and knowing who's in your area, is very important. We tend to, go home, close our garage door, high fences here. It's not like back east where everything is more open, and the heat, there's a lot of elements here, but just to know your neighborhood so that you can protect each other. Because you guys are the first line of defense, our citizens. They know what's in their neighborhood and what's not.
It's great advice. Guys, thanks so much for being part of today's program. I appreciate it. Thanks for all you do on a regular basis. You guys represent, quite frankly, 24/7, the four of you sitting here, and we appreciate how well you guys keep our community safe. Thank you for everything.
Thanks for
being
being
our
here.
guests.
Chris, thank
Our
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, guys. And that concludes this month's program, Behind the Badge. Thank you very much. Think about the Citizens Academy and signing up. We've got some openings, and have a great month of February. We'll see you next month. Thank you. Be safe.